Hi, my name is Eric Popiel, and I'm a subject matter expert in HP's Big Data Solutions business unit. Welcome to this short video on HP IT's experience and results using HP's Structured Data Management solution. First, let's talk about the drivers behind this project. This is actually a well-publicized project where then CEO Mark Hurd tasked then CIO Randy Mott with a 3-year journey to transform the way it builds, delivers, and manages the technology that runs HP. Randy was looking for HP IT to consolidate 85 data centers down to 6 and reduce the number of applications from roughly 6,000 applications to about 1,500, as well as triple the bandwidth at half the cost. Additionally, Randy was challenged in that nearly 80% of his employees' time was spent just keeping the lights on. This left very little room for innovation. Therefore, Randy was also tasked to shift the employee time spent to just 20% supporting the existing application portfolio, that way leaving 80% of the time left for innovation and new development. As you can see, this consolidation, rationalization, and simplification effort presented Randy with 2 challenges. The first is, when you take similar applications and consolidate them into a single global instance, you are creating databases of potentially massive size. For example, if you have 25 instances of SAP's ERP system, Enterprise Resource Planning software, which averages 1 terabyte each, and consolidate them into a single SAP instance, you end up with a 25 terabyte massive instance. So before you even flip the switch to turn the software on, you have an application that performs poorly and presents a number of operational challenges such as backup, cloning operations, and disaster recovery. The second challenge is the new 25 terabyte instance in the previous example is not the only instance. Usually with production applications, there are many copies, also referred to as clones, that are full-size replicas of production. For example, it is not uncommon for there to be 2 production copies as a hot backup for failover scenarios. Further, there are usually many copies for development, test, quality assurance, and training. In some cases, for business-critical applications, it is not uncommon for a large enterprise to have 20-plus copies of a single application. Therefore, your 25 terabyte production instance now covers a footprint of over 500 terabytes. The situation is further compounded by the backups. This example was modeled after a very large financial institution here in the U.S. In this case, the bank made daily incremental backups, weekly full backups with a retention of 3 months, monthly fulls with a retention of 13 months, and yearly fulls with a 7-year retention. This adds another 32 copies of this little 25 terabyte production database, creating a footprint approaching 1 petabyte. To solve these challenges, HP IT implemented the Structured Data Management solution to archive and frequently accessed historical data from production databases and relocate them to compressed historical repositories, in this case databases. Additionally, the Structured Data Management solution provided a capability to allow users to access production and archive data seamlessly for easy search and retrieval of information. This is important because the impact to the business user is marginal and does not require additional training. 3 production instances located in Atlanta, Austin, and Houston of Structured Data Manager were initially implemented, with 1 per city where the pairs of primary HP data centers exist. HP IT has deployed database-to-database archiving for over 1,800 archiving jobs, archiving more than 23 billion rows, totaling over 72 terabytes of compressed storage, with a typical compression ratio of 3:1, which would equate to approximately 250 terabytes if the data were uncompressed and still in production. As of August 2014, archiving has been enabled for over 70 business-critical applications, including those for payroll, global human resources, expense management, and CRM. From a resourcing perspective, the bulk of the project was completed over an 18-month time frame utilizing 6 to 8 core archiving specialists, with each specialist managing 5 or more projects simultaneously. Let's look at the significance of this project using our previous example, which had a 25 terabyte production instance ending up with a footprint approaching nearly a petabyte. In the archiving example shown, you may only have 6 terabytes left in production after archiving. Additionally, the archives are typically backed up with less frequency, such as a quarterly with a retention of 12 months and yearly fulls with the same retention of 7 months. After you do the math, our 1 petabyte footprint is now just under 200 terabytes, or roughly 20% of the original footprint. For HP IT specifically, storage reduction was a key objective because the savings would multiply across database clones used for high availability, disaster recovery, and standby instances. After the new system was implemented, HP realized up to a 48% maximum realized reduction. Additionally, operational benefits such as backup efficiencies were also key. The new system allows HP to reduce the backup window and delivers the added benefits of a higher IT efficiency and a lower load on the backup infrastructure. The results included up to a 37% reduction in duration of full database backups. And finally, the HP business community saw significant gains in the performance of key mission-critical applications, even ones near and dear to our hearts, such as payroll and expense management. As an average, HP business users now saw an improvement of data query durations of up to 89%. HP IT has been very successful with their implementation of Structured Data Manager and continues to expand the coverage of applications, as well as any new application added to the portfolio must have an archiving strategy implemented. Thank you. I hope this short video has been informational, and further, this case study can be found on the external website by following the URL shown below. Additionally, information on Structured Data Manager can also be found on the URL at the bottom. Thank you, and this concludes our video.